Hey y'all, I am Mastermind M, aka no, I am Miranda, aka Mastermind M, and welcome to my channel. If you take a look at the description box below, it'll kind of give you an idea of what this channel is all about. At the top of that box, you will find your motivational quote. Make sure you check that out to get some daily inspiration. I'm sorry, some weekly inspiration, because we post these videos on this channel weekly, not daily. And I just got finished creating my last YouTube video, which is the one you probably just seen if you watched it, and I had this same outfit on, and that's because what I was talking about in that video kind of inspired me to talk about what I'm about to talk about in this video. So back in February, I was invited to speak on campus within one of my organizations, my fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi, professional business fraternity. And I guess the event got canceled and I never spoke, but basically the chapter advisor reached out to me and told me she wanted me to speak about how to turn your side hustle into profit. So I had already had notes in my phone, and I had it organized on how I was going to speak about it at the event, but I never did the event, so I figured I would make a video on it. And it's just going to be quick 3 points with the bonus. It was fresh on my mind because I just got finished, like I said, doing my other video, so I wanted to go ahead and just knock this one out, just in case it can help anybody out there. So to the notes I go, and let's see. All right, so like I said, the topic was how to turn your side hustle into profit. So when she first sent me the topic, I was like, huh? Because honestly, at that point, I hadn't gotten to the point where I turned my side hustle into profit, because like I said, that was February and I relaunched my business in April. But like I said also in the previous video, my business have been established since 2020, so I've had some profit. So I guess I was kind of fitting for the role. So number one, my first tip would be to align it with your interest. So that'll keep you from getting discouraged and things of that nature, and you will keep that drive because it hits home. It's personal for you. It's not just something that you just picked up just because it was something that you was truly interested in. So like for instance, if you are really into coffee mugs because you are a heavy coffee drinker, you drink coffee every single morning, sometimes more than once a day, and you decide to get into coffee mugs that have like designs or quotes or like things like that on it, so that is tied to your personal interest. That's going to hit home for you, and you are going to keep that ongoing interest in it because now you figured out how to incorporate I don't want to say a business, but let's say a side hustle. You figured out how to incorporate a side hustle into something that you're already interested in, opposed to you just going and get something that has nothing to do with any of your interests. So I hope that makes sense. Like, try to pick something that you can relate already with something that is an existing interest or passion or anything like that of your nature. I think a lot of people, that's where they fail. They fail at that first step by going out and picking something that they think would be successful, or that they see other people doing, or that they see as trending, and they lose the drive because they weren't interested in it. So like for instance, let's say somebody who have always been a natural hair guru, loves natural hair, always just wear their natural hair, but this is back, let's say 2016, where it was super popular to sell extensions, to sell bundles. So they decided to hop on that wave, knowing nothing about bundles, knowing nothing about weave, because they don't wear it. That's just not gonna relate well, you know, because they were already interested in that. They just picked up something that they thought would be successful because it was a very lucrative existing side hustle, but that's not what you want to do. Number two is super huge, especially in this day and age, and that is to create a online presence and market yourself consistently. So that's as simple as an Instagram page, a Facebook page, if you do Pinterest, things like that, having a website, like make sure you are somewhere online, because these day and ages, like you can be successful, you can do what you need to do, but it's only going to go so far if people always have to like text you or call you to buy your products or come to your house to get your products and things like that. You have to make it more convenient for this day and age. In this day and age, a lot of people are online looking for things. And if you can, try to post and engage as much as possible, That's huge. And the reason I say as much as you can, because like that's something I struggle with personally with my business. I got a job, number one. Number two, I'm not even into social media like that, so it's hard for me to be on social media all the time, day in, day out, like different hours of the day, engaging, making sure I'm posting, making sure I'm not only posting but commenting on other people's stuff and sharing stuff and things like that and reposting stuff, because that's kind of what you have to do to grow and like get people to see that you are really in the loop. But nevertheless, don't do anything you don't feel right about. Don't do anything that you have to force yourself to do, because then it's just not going to translate well, and that it shows. So number 3 is my last tip, but then I have a bonus as well. Keep your expenses low and learn as much as you can about marketing for free, if that makes sense. So, or learn more about free marketing yourself. So that's like your online presence and things like that. So number 1, keep your expenses low. Don't, at the beginning of your side hustle, don't treat it like you've been in the business for 20 years. Just don't do that. Like, keep in mind, you're going to grow and grow with your audience. As you gain more people, then you can up your expenses and up more things that you're offering for them. But at the beginning, I know everyone is excited about their business, because I've done this and I've made this mistake probably a couple times, where you just got too excited and bought too much at the beginning and then end up wasting it or didn't use it or didn't sell it. Perfect example is like inventory. Like, start small with your inventory. Don't go buy thousands of units when you haven't even found hundreds of people to sell it to. I'm not even gonna say thousands. If you ain't even found hundreds of people, like, start small, because one thing you will learn if you look into marketing, you can leverage off scarcity. So like when things sell out, people, that creates a feeling of missing out. When people feel like they're missing out on something, it makes them want it more. Or if they see other people have it or everybody else got it but now it's sold out, that kind of makes them feel like, oh, that must be good, or oh, people must really like it, let me get me some. But if you're sold out, that's going to get them interested in you, and maybe they'll even stick around until you bring it back in stock. So keep that in mind. So also, with the reason you want to keep your expenses low, that's because you want to break even you want to be able to break even and then start making profit. So what's going to happen is, this is the level, the stages is going to go. You're going to go from break even, so that means you spend $10, you got $10 back. Then you're going to bring in revenue. But what that means, okay, honestly, revenue and breaking even is kind of the same thing, but break even is just at the beginning. Once you've broken even, and let's say for instance you spent another $20 and you get $20 back, okay, well, that's really, it's so hard to explain. So let me put it like this: break even, revenue, profit. I'm quite sure at this point you know the difference between revenue and profit is that profit, you actually have money to take home, you actually have money to put in your pocket to do more with. Revenue is that you just generated money back into the company, not the company, I'm sorry, the business slash side hustle, but that doesn't mean that you made enough profit to capitalize off of, if that makes sense. So your first step is to break even. Your second step is to generate revenue, and then your third step is going to shoot for profit. A business that is just constantly creating revenue is not a successful business, or it won't be a successful business, because you're not making enough money to to keep the business running, to keep the side hustle running, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. Like, those things are going to naturally happen. You should naturally break even, you should naturally have revenue, but it's going to take a little bit more effort. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm still also new to my business, and I am at the point where I am profiting. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when I launched my business the first time in 2020, it was not much profit at all. Honestly, compared the ratio of money I put into the business, the money I got back, it was zero profit, if we being honest. So you just got to keep that in mind. But one thing about me, I don't mind putting my personal money into my business to feed it and grow it, because that's just what I prefer to do. But I have learned over time how to not just create revenue, but to create profit. All right, and the reason why I want to talk about the whole learn as much as you can for free or for low about marketing, listen, Amazon got books on marketing. You can probably go to the library, read books on marketing. If you're in school and you need some credits, you can probably throw a class in there about marketing. Like, try to learn that, even though that's not free, but try to learn as much as you can about marketing without having to really pull out the big guns and go buy a freaking marketing course or whatever. You may have to do that eventually. That's kind of something that I did actually, but I didn't do it from the jump. You know, I tried to get as much resources, as much knowledge as I could for the low or free. Because one thing about it, like, you can start your side hustle and you can tell your family and friends, they purchase from you, but I promise you, it's going to get to a point where you need to sell past your family and friends. Your family and friends are not going to make you rich, because you're going to run out of them. You are going to either run out of them, or they are going, there's only so much they can buy from you. Like, your family and friends can buy one of everything you have, and that's not going to get you rich. That's not going to get you where you want to be financially. That's not going to keep your business rolling. That's not going to sustain your business slash side hustle, because you're going to run out of them. You have to learn about how to market yourself to people who don't know you. You have to market yourself to the whole United States. You have to market yourself past the United States. You don't have to, but that's an option. But I think a lot of people don't realize that when you start this business, you're gonna run out of family and friends. They gonna support you because they love you and they want to support you, but you're gonna run out of them, and there's only so much you can do only with them. So just keep that in the back of your mind, because you gotta step outside your box and really do some marketing if you want to reach it. Because one thing about it, like, you can profit with family and friends, but it's only so much profit you gonna get, because like I said, they can buy everything you got, and then that's gonna be it. They're not gonna buy it twice, you know. So, and then to wrap this video up, this is my bonus. So I gave y'all 3 tips, and this is my bonus tip. And this is something that I actually learned from a course that I purchased along the lines of trying to build my business. And that is, whatever side hustle or business you choose, try, I know it's not going to be the case for each and everybody, but try to have it be a problem solver, or have an emotional trigger. So for instance, I'll give you an example. When they invented vacuums, they invented vacuums with the intention of solving the problem of cleaning, like, carpets or whatever. So you see how successful vacuum businesses are these days, you know, because that solves the problem. You can easily clean your floors with vacuums. I'm going to try to think of a emotional triggering business. Okay, so I don't know if y'all seen this before, but they have these things going around where you can, like, put your hand in a mold and, like, it'll harden up when you put the other solution and you give that to somebody. So obviously that doesn't solve a problem. it's not a necessity or anything like that, but it has been so popular because how people have been using it. They've been using it as like keepsakes. They'll do what they do with their hand, and then they will gift it to someone, and that's an emotional trigger. So when people see like the commercials or the ads for that product, they are instantly thinking about what they can do with it, which is emotionally triggering. Because like, oh, I can put my hand in this, or I can hold hands with my boyfriend and we can have this, or I saw a little boy, he was holding a rose, he stuck his hand in it, and then his hand hardened in holding the rose, and he gave it to his mother for Mother's Day. So it's things like that. So like try to either have a side hustle where you have something that's emotionally triggering, or it solves a problem, and that will make you super successful. So that's all I got for this video. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will catch y'all in the next one. Like I said, don't forget to check out the motivational quote at the top of the description box at the bottom. It's actually at the top of the box. It's just at the bottom of this video. And yeah, get y'all weekly inspiration, and I'll check y'all in the next one.